So in this video we're going to talk about the axis of symmetry. The axis of symmetry is an axis that goes through the middle of a parabola. So it splits the parabola into two halves. So let's go ahead and look at this two examples we have in front of us right now. If we look here at this example right now, example A, we're trying to find the axis of symmetry for this function right here. Now I said the axis of symmetry goes through exactly the middle. So the axis of symmetry right here would go through the 2 because if it splits the parabola into two halves. Now remember we talked about this yesterday. We said that this point is called the vertex. So the axis of symmetry also goes through the vertex, and it splits the parabola into two halves. Now when you have two zeros, so this is a function that has two zeros, the axis of symmetry also goes through the middle, and it has a property of being exactly, since it has the property of being exactly in the middle, it has the same distance from each zero. So here the axis of symmetry goes through the middle, and the middle is right here. So the distance from this zero to the axis of symmetry is the same as from this zero to the axis of symmetry. Now the axis of symmetry here is 3 because 3 is the middle of the parabola. And another way to find the axis of symmetry is to find the zeros. So here, for example, the first zero is 1, and the second zero is 5. So for this example right here, the average or the middle will be 1 plus 5 is 6, divided by 2 is 3. So the axis of symmetry is 3 here. And we always use x to represent the axis of symmetry, because x can show us where the axis of symmetry is lying in the graph. Now sometimes we don't have the graph available to us to find the axis of symmetry. So whenever that happens and you don't have the graph to find the axis of symmetry, we have to use a formula. And here's how the formula looks like. This is the formula to find the axis of symmetry. The formula is x equal negative b divided by 2a. This formula is very, very important because sometimes we don't have the graph available for us, and so this formula becomes very handy when we're trying to find the axis of symmetry. Now what is b and what is a? Because we need to know these two to be able to find x, or to find the axis of symmetry. So let's go ahead and look at the example we have. Here in this example, x squared plus 3x plus 4. This is the quadratic function we have. There is a coefficient of 1 here, and we don't write it, and you guys know that we don't write a coefficient of 1. The coefficient of 1 here is your a, and the coefficient here for x is your b, and this part right here, the third term, is your c. So if I want to find the axis of symmetry, x equal negative b divided by 2a. My b is 3, so negative 3 divided by 2a, 2 times 1, because a here is 1, so 2 times 1. So negative 3 divided by 2, and that's negative 1.5. So the axis of symmetry, if we would graph this equation, we would have an axis of symmetry that goes through 1.5. Now if you want to show this, we can try to show this. We can try to graph this equation right here. So let's go ahead and try to graph this equation on the graphing calculator. So let's go ahead and write the equation. X squared plus 3x plus 4. Check if this is the right equation, and it is. So this is our graph, and if we look right here, our x is negative 1.5. So the axis of symmetry here is 1.5. And it matches what we got over here.